Welcome. In front of me we have the Samsung Galaxy Watch Ultra. Don't get it confused with the Apple Watch Ultra. In any case, I will go over unboxing along with a quick look at this brand new premium watch from Samsung. So popping it straight open, we do have two little pull tabs right here. So just yoink those off. It looks like Samsung finally figured out how to not make them, rip apart when you prematurely, obviously, when you're trying to yoink those off. Now here we have a box inside of the box, I guess. There we go. I've heard you like boxes. Apparently we care so much about the environment, so we wasted not one but two boxes separate. Cool. Anyway, and here we get a strap for the watch itself. So I assume this might not be the only one, and that's about it. So anyway, I'm just gonna set that to the side, and let's take a look. I guess we don't have yoink tabs. No, we do. So peel that off, peel that off, and there we go. There's our watch. Apparently no rotating crown right here. That's odd. Anyway, let's put that on. I think it's going to go this way. Trying to figure out how to actually clip it on. Give me a sec. Come on. Do I need to press the button or am I... Come on. Ah, no, never mind. Okay, so it really needs to be pushed in there. Okay. There we go. Okay, so, I did put it on the wrong way. Because why not? So let's fix that up. Come on. Oh, wow. Why doesn't this want to actually go on there easily? That's beyond me. There we go. You can see I am putting some decent amount of force. Either that or I'm just putting it at like a weird angle. There we go. Okay, so now that we got the actual strap on correctly, that sounded a bit off. Disregard that. Anyway. Try to boot it up, and I'll go over the specs of the watch. Oh, there we go. One last thing that I'm going to check is the box right here, and here we will have come on. There we go. Our charging cable. So it's a little pock right here, pretty good. And then on the other side, I presume we have just paperwork. So yoink that to the side. Now, talking about the watch itself, let's start off with the display, which is a 1.5-inch display with a resolution of 480 by 480. It is a Super AMOLED display with a pixel density of 327 pixels per inch, covered with a sapphire crystal glass. So the display right here is obviously good, as you would expect. Now, one thing that I want to point out, the 480 pixels is the typical kind of resolution for majority of the watch, so it's not really setting itself apart from the competition. But it's also at a pixel density that shouldn't really matter that much, as you won't really see that much of a difference between like higher resolution. So the 480 by 480 is equivalent to what you would have on a typical smartphone with a 1080p resolution. So obviously pretty decent display right here in terms of pixel density. Now, if we move over to the internals, we have a 590 watt hour or milliamp hour battery with a 10 watt charging capability. Though obviously this is just a POC, it can deliver 10 watts, although you would need a charger that actually does that, which 10 watts is so mediocre that I'm pretty sure most chargers that you have lying around will do this. Though the only downside is you will need a Type-C charger, because this is using a Type-C port right here. Which, if you don't have a Type-C charger, it's a scummy way to force you to buy a Samsung charger, which they're not great. So again, this actually could have been, if I'm correct, a Type-A, which would obviously make it much easier for users to have a decent charger that they can use this with, because most, for instance, Chinese brands of phones include obviously chargers in a box, and those are like 120 watts sometimes. By making it Type-C, you kind of make it so you can't use those chargers because they are usually a Type-A ending, or basically port. So yeah, you can't plug that in. So that's just a kind of a scammy way of getting users to, again, buy their shitty little charger that doesn't come provided with anything that you buy from Samsung. Now, continuing on, the device runs on the Exynos W1000 processor and comes with 2 GB of RAM, which should be sufficient enough to basically get you through everything that you want. One thing that you'll see, there's no rotating crown whatsoever by the looks of it. So this doesn't rotate at all. This doesn't rotate at all, which is a bit of a step down. I'm not sure how this is supposed to be an ultra watch when they're just normal watches have a rotating bezel. That obviously makes navigating through like menus much more pleasant. So I don't know what Samsung was smoking to not do this right here with this crown that you have right here that can be rotated. And even if it's software rotated, like some of the more or less affordable watches that they created had, similar to, I think this might have one, or at least the previous ones that did have this kind of design didn't have the rotating crown, but if you were to imitate that, it would still work that way. So even if they implement that right here, I still want to point out this is something that they call Ultra, the most expensive, the best of the best. Doesn't seem so to me. So yeah, that's a bit of a letdown right here without the crown, which is what I would have considered a Samsung signature kind of thing, or at least was. Now, the watch itself is running on Android Wear OS 5 with a One UI Watch 6. And it also comes with a 32 GB of built-in storage. So obviously, because it's running on Android, you can have the Android applications on here, Android Wear OS apps on here, and you have 32 gigs of storage for all those applications. So that's obviously really good. And let's continue on. We have, in terms of position and sensor, we have the GPS, GLONASS, Galileo, and BDS. We have also NFC built into here. Wi-Fi, obviously Wi-Fi is built into this, and we have a speaker in here. Oh, there we go. It's on the other side. A speaker and a microphone. Let's see, anything else worth mentioning here? Okay, so in terms of all these sensors, we have accelerometer, gyro, heart rate, barometer, altimeter, compass, blood oxygenation, temperature, so temperature for body and water, and something that they're calling bioactive. Not sure what that is. So yeah, that's basically everything about the watch itself. There's one thing that I didn't mention also. In terms of IP rating, we have IP68 and also certified at 10 atmospheres. So 10 atmospheres refers to the depth and water, and that would equate to 100 meter depth, which is obviously significant depth to that is rated to. And this is, like I said, an actual certified 10 atmosphere rating. So that's really good. And yeah, that's basically it. One last thing that I'll add is the colors and also the ability for you to obviously use eSIM on this watch, which doesn't come as a surprise. It's an Ultra watch, which just kind of tries to rip off Apple Ultra watch, which, like I said, it's literally like a competition that kind of feels of a lesser device than what Samsung already offered on a higher price tag, as like I said, it doesn't have that rotating crown. But anyway, we have where are the colors? Okay, so color wise we have titanium silver, titanium gray, and titanium white. So this will refer to the actual watch itself, not the actual straps, which I'm pretty sure you can buy as separate straps that Samsung will be selling to you for a price that I probably don't even want to check. And yeah, that's basically it. So there we go. Now, if you found this video helpful, don't forget to hit like, subscribe, and thanks for watching.